The story of this carpet started 11 years ago. This carpet's called Jacaranda. This is made in Kashmir, this beautiful silk carpet. 11 years ago in 2010, I visited as a tourist and was struck by the intensity of the place. I don't know, a lot of people do understand that Kashmir has been a disputed area of India and Pakistan since 1945. But anyway, I was there as a tourist and I was struck by the sadness and the grief that was there amongst a land that was a place of artisans, mystics and poets. So there I was in a place where there was so much beauty and so much skill. The artisans had so much skill, and then against that was a huge amount of sadness and sorrow and grief from the constant conflict and the battle that was going on there, basically between India and Pakistan. So as a mental health worker, I thought I need to come back to this place and maybe offer my services as an art therapist to help the youth there who suffer from a lot of grief and trauma. So I went back there and did a lot of work with the youth, a lot of art therapy sessions, and did that for several years, training up some of the young people to help themselves work with the unspeakable sorrow that they had in their lives. And what struck me about all this experience was the amazing ability these people had as artists and artisans. And so that over 3 years, I continued up the art therapy project and then was introduced to the carpet weavers. And a couple of people suggested to me, and I was also thinking, I wonder how I could support the weavers as well, because the industry is slowly fading there. People aren't paid proper wages and people are walking away from the weaving industry. So I had a colleague there that I work with, and he helped get the weavers together to weave this new design. Before that, Kashmiris never had tried any modern or modern designs. They're always woven in traditional carpets. So to weave these intricate designs was quite a feat and quite a challenge. So as an art therapist, I also use my art therapy process for myself. You know, people sometimes can't express their feelings through words. A better way sometimes is to express it through painting. And as a painter, I'm an expressionist painter. I just throw paint, basically. I don't have much of an idea of what I'm going to do beforehand, although I might have some inspiration beforehand. Using this an example, this carpet is inspired by the Jacaranda tree outside the room I was painting. There was a beautiful Jacaranda tree last October with all the petals falling on the ground and on the green lawn. So that was all that inspired me to throw some colours down. So while I'm doing it, I'm thinking about colour and a few leaves. And then because I'm an expressionist painter, I don't really know what the end product's going to be. I don't really know where I'm going. But in amongst it all, I started to add these spirals, which were about evolution and going deeper into yourself, like a spiritual evolution. So then I'd throw some more paint. All the time I'm thinking about the Jacaranda tree and the colour and maybe what the effect of the colour has on myself. So the colour purple or the Jacaranda colours are very fragrant colours. I think purple is like the perfume of colours. You know, it has almost an aroma, even though you can't smell purple. You kind of get the feeling of it being purple because you've got, lavender, all the things in nature that are purple often have a strong perfume. So that connects back to Kashmir as well. Obviously, this rug was woven in Kashmir, and when I was painting this, I thought back again to Kashmir and my experiences there. And I often call Kashmir a land of perfume and poison because of the beauty of the place and then the extreme sadness and sorrow. So this carpet also connects to, just the beautiful, here in Perth, we have beautiful Jacaranda trees that fill the sidewalks and give a sense of joy. And I think the Jacaranda tree and the colour is meant to represent, good fortune and joy. For the weavers to create this carpet, it took them 5 months to weave this, and I think there's 20 colours that are included in the design of this carpet. And so it would have taken 2 to 3 weavers sitting together weaving this. The luster of the silk is beautiful. Whichever way you push or pull the pile, it shines differently. You can see as it's curled up and crumpled here, you get the different waves in the shimmering of the silk. Kashmiris always weave in silk on silk carpet. So it's a silk warp and it's a silk weft. And it's a tradition that's been handed down over generations. And originally they learnt from, the Persian. I mean, a lot of Kashmiris come down through the Persian culture, and they learnt from Uzbekistan as well. So they're very, very fine, skilled weavers. But then they seem to get into the rhythm really quickly. It's like the making of the carpet also is a therapeutic, activity for them. I think weavers must get into a meditation and a rhythm as they're weaving, and then working with different colours probably has a different effect. This carpet is the latest carpet. It only arrived a few weeks ago, and I tried to simplify the colours and simplify the marks a little bit to have it sit more calmly on the ground. Some of the rugs and carpets I've designed, they're very energetic and passionate and busy. This one I wanted to be softer and, a more wise rug that would just sit there and watch and observe without wanting to talk too much. Some of the carpets are very talkative. This one more gentle. And, so I'm really happy with what the weavers have done with this. Beautiful.